Happy New Year. Welcome to this New Year's Eve Kriya Set. We're going to jump right into it. It's the end of a crazy year. It's a new beginning. I think we all feel like we're entering a new era, potentially. So I thought with that we would work with some energies of letting go of things, moving into a new threshold of life, and deepening our resolve. Eventually moving into a feeling of joy and freedom, the heart center, softening into the heart center, and then finishing with some healing. So that's going to be the journey today. Mostly sitting today, so make sure you have a comfortable seat. We will stand up at one point, but we'll mostly just be sitting today. So let's begin. Rub your palms together. And bring your hands to Namaskar. We'll open with 3 Ohms. Closing your eyes, inhaling, and exhale through the mouth. Okay, let's begin. 3 Ohms. And slowly lower your hands, open your eyes. Yeah, I don't think it's worth talking too much about 2020 anymore. It's better to move on. So let's just begin. We'll start with the energy of Ganesh. He's obviously the Lord of thresholds, new beginnings, moving on into a new phase, removing obstacles, but we don't like to think about obstacles too much in that sense in the practice. There are no obstacles. The obstacles are the path, right? So anyways, Ganesh, this is the Ganesh Mudra Kriya. We'll be here for a few minutes. So we'll take the Ganesh Mudra, which is the left hand comes in front of the heart, palm facing away, thumb pointing down, and then the right hand comes in and you clasp these 2 hands together in front of the heart, pulling the elbows apart, arms are about level with the floor. Relax the shoulders. We're going to be pumping the navel here as we gaze at the tip of the nose with our eyes just slightly open. So Nasikagra Mudra with the eyes and pumping the navel. Okay, so here we're working with the energy of Ganesh. Let's begin inhaling through the nose and exhale halfway, and then begin pumping the navel, focusing on the exhale. So breath of fire. Maintain your drishti at the tip of your nose. Arms are strong, spine is tall. Keep going. I know we're here for a while, but we only have a minute and a half left. It's practically 2021, so I think we can all put a little more effort into our practice. Less than a minute left. And inhaling, maintain the mudra, hold the breath, maintain Nasikagra mudra as well. Exhale. Keep the mudra, keep the mudras. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale through the mouth, inhaling through the nose. One more time. Hold the breath. Nasikagra, Ganesh mudra. Deepening your resolve. And exhale. Lower the hands. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath. Again, tuning into the energy of Ganesh. In our lineage, he is associated with the planet of Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So we're moving into a more expansive state with this practice. And if you're working with an intention for 2021, bring that in. Bring that into your consciousness, into the spaciousness that we are creating. And just let that intention permeate your awareness as we continue to practice. Through the transmutation of the practice, we are turning it into a lived reality in the present moment, in the present now. Okay, we'll continue with Swayam, which is another great practice for deepening your resolve. So in this one, we're going to have our hands on our shoulders with our arms parallel to the floor. Try not to get too congested up here in the shoulders, just relaxed but firm, sitting tall. We're going to work with a mantra here, which is Harinam, 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 Hari, okay? And as you chant Hari, we're going to pump the navel a little bit, okay? The breath will take care of itself here. We're going to start with Nasikagra Mudra here as well. Tip of the nose, eyes closed slightly, and then I'll cue it, but as we move through the practice, we're going to bring our attention up to the Agya chakra eventually with our eyes closed, okay? So we'll do this for about 3 minutes. Okay, hands on your shoulders, arms parallel to the floor, Nasikagra Mudra. Inhaling. Harinam, 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 Hare. 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 And start to transition your awareness, your drishti, to your Agya chakra, closing your eyes, continuing with the mantra. Harinam, 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 Hare. 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 And lower the hands. Keep the eyes closed. Deep breaths. Tuning back into your intention. Through the practice, developing a real staying power, a real commitment to ourselves. This is such a great orientation to enter into a new year, recommitting to ourselves, remembering ourselves. Okay. If you need to change the cross of your legs, go ahead. Let's continue with Dream Piercer. This is another great practice for deepening our resolve and also piercing through any illusions that we might be holding on to, any limiting beliefs, playing small, false humility, anything like that. So in this one, we're going to have our hands with the fingers together, and we're going to be going back and forth in front of our eyes, in front of our face, as fast as you can, crisscrossing, so you're changing which hand goes in front like this. You're going to be gazing straight ahead through your hands with your eyes open. Okay, so tall spine. We're going to be here for, let's do 3 or 4 minutes and see how far we can get. You know, really commit to this one. It can be challenging, but just give it your all. You know, if your hands bump into each other a little bit, that's totally normal. I think it takes a little practice to get the coordination here, and occasionally that will happen. So let's do it. Dream Piercer, Swapna Beta in Sanskrit, and yeah, let's begin. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Now with this one, your mind is going to want to quit before your arms are ready to stop. I mean, your arms are probably will get tired, but as usual, we have a lot more reserves than we think. So push past any resistance. After all, we are deepening our resolve, right? So use this as a practice. Really take advantage of this practice. Be this practice. We're halfway there. We're halfway there. You can do this. I know you can do this. Breathing. Cutting through illusions. We got 1 minute left. Keep going, keep going. Find a rhythm. Use the breath. Use the breath to support you. Deepen the breath. See if you can go a little faster even. For our final 30 seconds. We're almost there. You're doing great. Five seconds. Make it count. Okay, and inhale the arms up. Hold the breath. And exhale down. Okay, deep breaths. Deepening. We're just deepening into our true selves, our higher selves. Coming home to ourselves. Stepping boldly and firmly into 2021. Okay. Just moving a little bit here. You can shake out the arms. Actually, let's stand up. I'm gonna stand. I understand that I'm gonna cut off my upper body a little bit. My head's gonna be out of the picture probably, but I've got it framed for seated, and my staff is off today, so just bear with me. But yeah, stand up, shake your arms out. You can shake out your legs. Okay, we're gonna practice for a few minutes here. We're gonna practice the flight of the bird, okay? So flight of the bird is a kriya, a standing movement kriya. And in this one, we're gonna start in Tadasana. And then we're gonna imagine that we're a giant eagle, okay? So we're a very large eagle. Our arms are our wings, and we're going to be starting small, starting in a sort of state of readiness, and then we're going to be expanding as we step back into crescent lunge. We open the arms out wide, palms are open, and we open the heart slightly towards the sky, okay? And then we come back to the top, and then we open with the other foot going back, okay? So just do this for a couple minutes. Imagine that you're flying at a bird's eye view, looking down on your life, seeing your life's trajectory, all the missteps, all the foibles, all the beauty. See the beauty of your life, see the majesty, see the grace. Really flap those wings, bringing an eagle energy to this practice. If you fall, if you wobble, it's okay too. Everything is totally okay. Opening, exhaling as you fold, inhaling as you open. Okay, keep going. A few more rounds. Okay. And then when you're finished, come to seated. Okay. And once you're seated, we'll practice for a minute. We'll do Shringara, which is a Leia movement. In this one, as you may know, you hold a feather between your index and thumb on the right hand. The left hand is on the heart. You make a figure 8 in the air. Slow movements, meditative movements. Okay, and then just resting your hands on your knees. Take a breath. We're going to finish with 2 more practices. We're starting to move more into the heart space and into a state of healing. So we'll finish with some healing, okay? Some gentle healing. Okay, so we'll practice Lakshmi Kriya. We'll do this one for a while, maybe 10 minutes. And this one, there's a mantra. So it's SRIYEI, and then ISHVARE. I'll put this mantra in the notes with this class, but SRIYEI 3 times, and then ISHVARE 3 times, okay? We're gonna use 2 mudras. Ananda mudra, which is just your thumb touching the ring and pinky finger as you extend the middle finger and the index finger. We'll have those out to the side like this. So we'll be using this mudra when we chant Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI. And then we'll take Jnana mudra where the fingers are together, the other 3 fingers are together, with the edges of the palms touching in front of the heart space, okay? So this is a variation of Anjali mudra that's used where you form it with 2 Jnana mudra. So Anjali mudra here, and then back to here, okay? So Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, okay? Your attention is at your heart chakra, the heart center. Eyes are closed. But you can watch me first if you need to, and then close your eyes, okay? So this is the Lakshmi Kriya, which is working with the energy of Lakshmi, tapping into abundance on all levels, which I think is a good way to enter into 2021 as well. An abundance of joy, an abundance of connection, an abundance of freedom, hope, and hopefully some material abundance as well to support us. Okay, so tall spine. Let's begin. Inhaling through the nose. Let me start the timer. Okay. Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE. A little softer. Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri SRIYEI, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE, Shri ISHVARE. Lower the hands. Keep your eyes closed. Breathing here. Maintain your drishti at your heart center. Feeling the energy of the heart space permeating your whole being. And if you want, bring your intention back into that space. let your intention be sort of like the color of the space and not so much the content of the space. Existing in the gap, the space. Okay, opening your eyes. We'll finish with a healing practice. This is forgiveness, Kriya. And we'll actually be working with English in this one. So we're going to be saying, I forgive myself, as we bring our hands to our heart. And then we'll open the hands wide as we say, I forgive you. Okay, very simple. I forgive myself. I forgive you. You can have your eyes open or closed. You can speak it out loud or whisper it or just think it, but let's be here for a few minutes in a state of total forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive you. 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 If English is not your primary language, your first language, then feel free to use your own language. I forgive myself. I forgive you. 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 Okay, and then letting go of the practice, sitting tall, eyes are closed. Forgiveness. Such a powerful practice. As you know, I'm sure, when you forgive somebody else, you become free. When you forgive yourself, you become free. So it's a very liberating practice, forgiveness. Also, very unifying, very holotropic, moving towards wholeness, moving towards unity. Okay. Well, as always, I invite you to maybe continue the forgiveness practice for a little while after the video ends, or to sit in meditation, or take Shavasana. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, Happy New Year. I think 2021 is going to be huge in many ways. I can already feel it, and I'm sure you can too. It's, it's not going to be like a total panacea, but big shifts are coming, and I think we can all be an active part of those shifts with our practice and with our intentions and with our hearts. So, thank you so much. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.